Jerusalem is an epicenter of biblical prophecies of end-time events, one of which is the prophecy of war in the land of Israel, along with an attack by nations against Jerusalem. Just as predicted, there is an ongoing gruesome war between Israel and Hamas, which has caused many to wonder if the return of the Messiah has come. In the Bible, Jerusalem is repeatedly mentioned as the city of God, or the holy city, where his presence dwells and his temple should be built. The temple on Mount Zion is the focal point of God's presence in the city. This divine selection is emphasized in passages like 2 Chronicles 6:6, where Solomon declares that God has chosen Jerusalem as the place for his name and David as the leader of his people, and Psalm 132:13-14, which states that God has chosen Zion as his dwelling place, and he desires to rest there forever. The establishment of modern Israel was strongly influenced by the displacement and persecution experienced by millions of Jewish people during World War II, particularly during the Holocaust. After World War II, the Jews were scattered across various regions, a phenomenon referred to as the Jewish diaspora or dispersion. This dispersion had a profound impact on the formation and growth of modern Israel as it fueled the rise of the Zionist movement, which advocated for the establishment of a Jewish homeland. The survivors of the Holocaust in particular felt that Europe held no future for Jews and sought a place where they would no longer be a vulnerable minority. So there was a large influx of Jewish immigrants to Palestine, which greatly influenced the development of modern Israel. The establishment of modern Israel is viewed by some believers as a spiritual revival for the Jewish people. It is seen as fulfilling God's promises and a sign of the chosen people returning to their faith. Interpretations of biblical prophecies further strengthen the connection between the establishment of Israel and religious beliefs. Passages such as Ezekiel 37:1-14 depict God breathing life into a valley filled with dry bones, signifying the revival and reunification of the scattered Israelites. Other prophecies in Jeremiah and Isaiah speak of God gathering his people from all nations, bringing them back to their land, and promising forgiveness, a deep relationship, and prosperity. Additionally, the establishment of modern Israel is seen as the fulfillment of God's covenant with Abraham, where he promised Abraham and his descendants the land of Canaan as an everlasting possession. Also, Jerusalem plays a central role in many biblical prophecies concerning Israel. Zechariah 8:3, for example, states that God will return to Zion and dwell in Jerusalem. This highlights the significance of Jerusalem in the fulfillment of God's plan for Israel. Furthermore, it is written in the Bible that Jerusalem will be a focal point in the end times, that nations will assault Jerusalem, and the Antichrist will demand worship in the city, marking preparations for the end of the age and the anticipated return of the Lord. The Bible also shows that Jerusalem will play a central role in future events and in establishing God's kingdom on earth. Zechariah 14:3 prophecies that the Lord will fight against nations, and his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives before Jerusalem during these times.